Hello, everybody. Welcome to this episode of our podcast from the book The Next Level. So, in this chapter, we have been talking about the use of metaphors as idioms and phrasal verbs. And idioms, especially idioms, are present in many aspects of pop culture. So we can find them in movies, we can find them in books, we can find them in songs. And the whole idea of using those sentences is just the opportunity of saying something, but not specifically mentioning the words. And if you read the book, which I think you are reading the book, if you're reading this chapter, you might find interesting that when native speakers are talking about anything, they normally don't use the basic language or directly the words that they are thinking about. They want to use another strategy, another way, another source to make themselves understandable to everybody else. So, today in this episode, I'm going to show you some examples of movies, books, and songs that are using the metaphors, or in this case, the phrasal verbs. And let's begin, my friends. Let's begin with a movie from 1996 called Birds of a Feather. Now, if somebody tells you, birds of a feather, you probably might be thinking, are we talking about birds? Are we talking about this animal? Are we talking about doves, eagles, seagulls? What are we talking about? But basically, what this movie is about, and I don't know if you have seen it, I haven't, to be honest. This movie is talking about brotherhood, how people who are trying to achieve the same goal get together, they gather together just to try to do it. And as you can see, the little sentences that you can see there when they explain what the movie is about, they are talking about people with similar interests or characteristics tend to associate with one another. And that's basically what the birds of a feather are, like brothers from blood. They're a group of people who want to do something together. Now, there's another movie called A Fish Called Wanda. It's from 1988. Now, sometimes people are called a fish, but that doesn't mean that they are talking about the animal or they are talking about the smell, which is also a comparison that you are smelling bad. You smell like a fish, so they call you fish. No, people are called fish when they are in a situation in which they are very new. For example, if you see movies that they um, talk about being in jail or they are taking part in jail, you will see that the rookie one, the person that just gets into jail, people call him or her a fish because he's like a new person in something. So this particular movie called A Fish Called Wanda talks about a situation where they feel uncomfortable or out of place. They feel they are new in this situation, and that's why they being called fish. Now, there's another movie called Bite the Bullet. Bite the Bullet, which again, it doesn't mean that let's suppose that this crayon is a bullet and I'm biting it. No, of course not. Bite the bullet means something that is difficult to do, something that is complicated to do. Now, imagine for a second, I want you to picture for a second you trying to bite actually a bullet. It's going to be hard. It's going to chip your tooth probably. It's complicated. It doesn't taste good. So it's a very difficult place and it's a very difficult situation. That's why bite the bullet reflects something that is complicated. I'm biting the bullet over here means I'm having a problem or I'm having problems to convey my life or to do anything that I want to do. Now, this in terms of movies. Now let's talk about books, because there are many, many books in which their title is actually an idiom. Like, for example, the book by Christopher Moore called The Whole Nine Yards. Now, what is the 9 yards? 9 yards is not only a measure, but it's also used in American football when you have to cross the whole field to do a touchdown. You have to cross through 9 yards. So basically, the whole 9 yards means that you have to do or to complete a lot of things to achieve something. If you want to speak English, you have to do the whole 9 yards. I'm not talking that if you want to speak English, you have to run through American football field. No, of course not. I'm telling you that you have to do a lot of work to get to that position or to that place. Now, the second book is from Robert Peck, which is called The Ball is in Your Court. Now, we have something similar in Spanish. The ball is in your court means that it's your responsibility or it's your time to make a decision. I already did mine, so now the ball is in your court. You have to do something. You have to act. You have to do something in terms of making a decision to make progress. So it's up to you. It depends on you. That's why the ball is in your court. Now, Bite the Bullet from L.A. Witt, we already saw. I already explained that, so I'm going to move to Burn Bridges. Burn Bridges by Eric Orantia. Now, burn bridges is also an expression. It's an idiom, which means that you are doing something and you plan not to go back to what you were or what you were doing or whatever you did before. For example, let's say that I am talking to you and I say, you know what? I am moving out of my country. I'm going to live in Africa and I'm burning bridges. So if you are not an expert, you're probably A2 in English. And I say, I'm going to burn bridges. You are going to understand that like literally, like, you're going to think I am going actually to go and burn bridges in Africa. But that is not that. Burn bridges mean I'm going to burn the bridges behind me so I can't go back. That means the decision I'm making right now has not point of return. I'm not going to return. I'm not going to go back to anything. For example, I can say, I'm going to break up with my girlfriend and I'm going to burn bridges, which means there's no possibility for me to tell my girlfriend, you know what, we should try it again and let's go back. So I'm going to cross the city and I'm going to burn the bridge because I'm not coming back, right? Now, another book that has also idioms is Out of the Blue. Out of the Blue by this author called Greta Mulroney. Out of the blue means suddenly, okay, with no expectation. Like I was sitting in the park and out of the blue, a woman came to me and started talking to me. Like I was not expecting that. Nevertheless, the woman sat next to me and started talking to me out of the blue. Or I can say I was in my house and out of the blue, I fainted. I passed out. I don't know what happened. I wasn't expecting that. So out of the blue, which the complete sentence is out of the blue sky, is something that happens that you were not expecting, that you had no idea that it was going to happen, and nevertheless, it happened. And the last one, throw in the towel. I think we probably know what that means if we come from Spanish speakers, because we have that very popular one, which is tirar la toalla. When do we tirar la toalla? When we actually quit to something. This is too difficult for me. I'm not going to continue. That's why I'm going to throw in the towel. It's very used in boxing, when the managers, they think that the boxer is failing and he is going to be punched out and probably knocked out, so they throw in the towel. to let the other people know, this is it. We give in. We're not going to continue. We quit. So throwing the towel is actually to quit. So as you can see, my friends, there are a lot of idioms used in English for many, many reasons. And um, the main one will be trying to say something as a metaphor. Now, in songs, there are many popular songs. I think I mentioned some of them in my book. But there are many songs who actually use idioms. And I prepared a video that I did some quite long ago about songs that use idioms as titles. So let's take a look at that. All right, all right. Hello, everybody. Thank you very much for being here with me tonight. I am Alejo Lopera, and today we have a fantastic class, especially for ones who are big fans of idioms. Idioms are a very important part of English because it demonstrates that you can communicate in a higher level. ¿Ok? Bienvenidos a clase y bienvenidos a este tema que vamos a hablar hoy acerca de idioms. Los idioms son muy importantes porque te permite a ti comunicarte de una forma un poco más elevada de lo normal, haciendo que los demás realmente sientan que están conversando con alguien que sabe de idioms. En este canal ya tengo demasiados videos acerca de idioms. Por si de pronto ustedes están muy nuevos en este tema, te pido que vayas y en Google pongas Alejo Lopera Inglés Idioms y te van a salir muchísimos videos donde te explico de cero los tipos de idioms que hay. Hoy este tema me lo habían pedido a través de las redes sociales y me habían dicho, Alejo, sabemos que existen muchos idioms en canciones, pero quisiera que nos recomendaras algunos de ellos, algunos idioms en canciones y que nos dijeras qué significa cada uno de esos idioms en canciones. Y es precisamente lo que voy a hacer entonces para todos ustedes, para que pasemos un rato bien agradable y sigamos aprendiendo muchísimo inglés. Recuerden compartir este live, hablen con sus amigos, díganle, miren, en estos momentos hay un live interesante, entra ya porque te va a servir muchísimo para tu inglés. Así que ingresa ya mismo, suscríbete y quédate aquí en este canal. Vamos a empezar entonces de una vez con los idioms en la música. Hay demasiados, pero hoy quise traer unos ejemplos, pocos, pero bien importantes para que entendamos el tema de los idioms. Y vamos a comenzar de una vez. Vamos a comenzar con esta hermosísima mujer llamada Adele. Ella tiene una canción que se llama Water Under the Bridge. Entonces seguramente tú estás pensando, qué fácil, ¿no? Agua debajo del puente. Pero recuerda que los idioms no son frases que signifiquen literalmente lo que está escrito en sus líneas, sino que son más bien frases en inglés que quieren decir algo a manera de metáfora. A veces la metáfora es tan clara que la entendemos de una, entendemos inmediatamente, pero a veces no es tan claro, como es el caso precisamente de Water Under the Bridge. ¿Y qué quiere decir Water Under the Bridge? Esta canción de Adele. Water Under the Bridge means it's all in the past. It can be changed. And it is forgotten about. ¿Ok? Es algo del pasado que ya no podemos cambiar, pero que ya está olvidado completamente. Por ejemplo, yes, we did have our disagreements, but that's water under the bridge now. ¿Ok? Entonces, si por ejemplo tú tuviste una muy mala breakup, terminaste muy mal con tu novia, con tu novio, se odiaron, se bloquearon de redes sociales, de Instagram, de todo, y al cabo de los años, 5, 6, 10 años, se vuelven a ver y se miran como, oye, hace rato no te veo, ¿cómo estás? Se dan un abrazo y la otra persona te dice, excuse me, are we okay? ¿Estamos bien? Are we okay? Tú puedes decir, come on, it's water under the bridge. It's water under the bridge. ¿Qué quiere decir? Oye, eso es ya lo pasado, ¿ok? Ya. No me importa, no me interesa. Entonces, Water Under the Bridge, una canción de Adele sería nuestro primero. Vamos con el segundo, de Ray Charles. ¿Ya vieron la película de Ray Charles que protagoniza Jamie Foxx? Uf, Buenísima, hay que verla. Ray Charles tiene una canción que se llama Hit the Road, Jack. No sé si la han escuchado. Dice Hit the Road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more. Es una muy buena canción. ¿Qué quiere decir hit the road? Hit the road quiere decir precisamente means to leave or start a journey. It is used in this song as an order to tell the person to leave or go away and never come back. Por ejemplo, oh, I'd love to stay longer, but it's really time to hit the road. O he was annoying me so much, so I told him to hit the road. Entonces, ¿de qué estamos hablando acá? Hit the road quiere decir precisamente irse o comenzar un camino nuevo o simplemente cambiar de locación. Estoy aquí y me voy a ir. O incluso, como pasa en esta canción, la canción de Ray Charles, en la canción de Ray Charles, alguien le está diciendo a otra persona, ¿sabes qué? Vete de aquí, lárgate. Y ese lárgate es un poco más despectivo y por eso dice hit the road. Miren precisamente los ejemplos. Dice, me encantaría quedarme más tiempo. I'd love to stay longer, but it's really time to hit the road. Pero realmente es tiempo de abrirme del parche, como decimos en Colombia, perderme, tomar mi camino. Y el segundo ejemplo, he was annoying me so much, so I told him to hit the road. Él me estaba molestando tanto que le dije, ¿sabe qué? Váyase, piérdase de aquí. Come on. Entonces, ¿cómo poder usar esto? Tú estás con los amigos y tú dices, oh my God, let's hit the road, guys, let's hit the road. Vámonos, vámonos ya, let's hit the road. Let's hit the road. Ay, Alejo, pero entonces yo puedo decir, guys, let's go. Sí, obvio puedes decir let's go, pero let's go es simplemente lo más básico. Si tú dices hit the road, inmediatamente estás enviándole un mensaje a las personas que, oye, esta persona conoce ese tipo de vocabulario y es bien importante. Vamos a continuar, vamos con Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga tiene una canción muy buena, bueno, muchísimas buenísimas, pero esta se llama Pocker Face. Pocker Face. ¿Qué quiere decir Pocker Face? No quiere decir precisamente la cara de póker, sino que Pocker Face means an expression on someone's face that does not show what the person is thinking or feeling. Poker face means an expression on someone's face that does not show what the person is thinking or feeling. O sea, significa una expresión en la cara de alguien que no representa realmente lo que la persona siente o está pensando. Por ejemplo, he can tell a funny story with a poker face. O sea, él puede contar una historia graciosísima con poker face, like this. ¿Ok? Entonces es esa gente que es capaz de quedarse así, aunque todo el mundo esté llorando y ellos así. O que alguien cuente algo gracioso y ellos así. Como si fueran los jefes, ¿no? El jefe tiene poker face. I'm gonna use my poker face. Voy a usar mi cara de que no siento ni pienso nada. Poker face, alright? Vamos a continuar entonces y esta vez vamos a ver a el rey Michael Jackson, la canción Beat It. Beat It, la palabra beat tiene demasiadas connotaciones realmente. Vamos a ver qué quiere decir precisamente beat it. Beat it means leave or go away immediately. It is often used as an order. For example, I told the guy to beat it and I haven't seen him since. Entonces estamos hablando de que beat it se parece un poquito a hit the road cuando es una orden. Hey, you know what? Beat it. Piérdete, vete de aquí. Pinta un arcoíris y muérete en él, como dicen mis amigos de México. Beat it. Beat también es un golpe. Beat it, golpéalo. Beat it, golpéalo. O beat también es el latido del corazón. ¿Ok? Pero en este caso, en la canción Just Beat It, Just Beat It es, oye, tan solo sabes qué, vete de acá, no busques problemas, vete de acá. Just Beat It. ¿Ok? Vamos a continuar entonces con Marvin Gaye. Marvin Gaye tiene una canción que se llama I Heard It Through the Grapevine. I heard it through the grapevine. ¿Y qué quiere decir eso? Quiere decir que escuchaste un rumor acerca de algo, escuchaste una información de alguien y lo escuchaste de otra persona. For example, I heard on the grapevine that he got a new job, but I don't know what it is. ¿Ok? Entonces es cuando yo escucho una información acerca de alguien, pero yo definitivamente no puedo decirlo porque lo escuché de un tercero, entonces no puedo decir ese tipo de información. Chicos, como acaban de ver, estos son algunos ejemplos de idioms en canciones. Me interesa que ustedes, si quieren empezar a ser estudiantes más avanzados, comiencen a identificar esas canciones que tienen un nombre que ustedes dicen, ¿what? Ah, maybe this is not real. Maybe this is not literally. Maybe this is just an idiom. Maybe tal vez esto no es algo literal, sino que es un idiom. ¿Ok? Así que quiero que en los comentarios de este video, por favor, me dejen otro tipo de idioms que hayan escuchado en canciones. Luego haremos un video de idioms en películas. ¿Qué tal, ah? Vamos a hacer un idioms en películas, pero por el momento quiero que me dejen otras canciones que sean idioms o que contengan alguna frase de idioms, alright? Ok, espero que les guste mucho esta clase, que la compartan con todos y I'll see you later, my friends.